Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video. I had a very bad back injury, but I'm recovered now, so I'm going to show you this video of all the beautiful outdoor things that we did and also a trip to the Biltmore house in Asheville, North Carolina. So let's start with the picnic. For mine, I made this like little wrap thing using 4 squares of sandwich cheese. I just popped it into the oven until the edges started browning for the wrap. I sliced up some tomatoes and onions, and I mixed some mayo with hot sauce. And I made this little olive oil thing like they have at the sub shops with just some like herbs and salt and olive oil, some avocado. As soon as it started bubbling and got a little brown around the edges, I pulled it out of the oven and I took a little spatula, and you have to use some force, but also like be careful not to rip it, just to separate it from the pan. I added some deli ham, the tomato, and half of an avocado. The onions, and then the olive oil mixture. I probably should have put the mayo on the bottom, but I forgot, so I just put it on the other side of the wrap. Then I rolled it up as tight as possible and just cut it in half and put it into a container. And I packed the boys' lunch, and then we headed off to the park. It was a kind of rainy day and a little bit chilly, but the flowers that were out were so beautiful. We had such a fun time there. The wrap was delicious. Fresh air is so important for mental health. And I decided not to use a rainy day as an excuse to not go outside. At first, I didn't want to be cold, but once we were out there, I felt such a sense of peace, and it just brightened everyone's entire day. That night for dinner, I decided to make meatloaf. I got all of my spices out. You can really throw anything into meatloaf. It's so versatile. That's what I love about it. I add a little bit of Cajun seasoning for a little bit of spice and herbs, some ranch, Parmesan, minced garlic, some Dijon mustard, a tiny, tiny bit of Swerve brown sugar, some chopped pork rinds, green onions, Worcestershire sauce, and I just mix everything together in a bowl with the ground beef. I'm showing a spoon here just to try to look proper, but in reality, I mixed this all up with my hands, and I just mashed it into kind of a loaf shape. And then I started to make my sauce. I used yellow mustard, some mayo, garlic, a little bit of that Swerve, and some hot sauce. I cooked this in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes. Took it out, put the sauce on top, popped it back in for another 5 minutes, and it turned out delicious, served over cauliflower. So I'm going to be making a little ceviche avocado salad. It's not traditional ceviche. I obviously have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to add a bunch of ingredients. I'm going to use this Aussie tuna. I'm out of shrimp. Make sure that it has been frozen. Just for food safety, make sure it's been frozen. It kills off any type of I don't want to gross you out. It'll kill off any type of like parasite or anything like that. So always opt for frozen if you intend on eating your ahi tuna raw. I diced up my avocado and added it to the bowl, but I think I'm gonna add another half. That's better. Now I'm gonna add some some lime zest, and I'm just gonna use my cheese grater to zest that into the bowl. Now that the zest is there, I'm gonna add the juice from the whole lime. I added the diced tomatoes, and I didn't have any cilantro, so I used a little bit of the chimichurri sauce that I had from Trader Joe's. It was really good in it. I added everything else, the green onions, the tuna, and a ton of lime juice. Like, that really made the flavor, and I added some salt. After lunch, we headed up to Asheville to go to the Biltmore house. This day was much nicer because it wasn't raining at all. It was sunny. It was still cold, but we had so much fun. If you've never been to the Biltmore house in Asheville, it's the largest privately owned house in America that is open to the public. It was built by George Vanderbilt. It's one of my favorite places to go. We used to live in Asheville, and I had a membership, and I would take the kids almost every day just to walk the property because it's so beautiful. It's surrounded by gardens, it has a greenhouse, restaurants. The library is the most beautiful one I have ever stepped foot in. It is just a great place to go. I highly recommend it. After a few hours surrounded by all this beauty, it was time to head home. I made dinner. I had been marinating these chicken breast cutlets in pickle juice. I made like a breading seasoning of chopped up pork rinds, Parmesan cheese, herbs, and I did my egg mixture. And I added just a little bit of hot sauce to the eggs so that it would be a little bit spicy. I dipped the chicken in the egg mixture and coated it with the coating, and then popped them in batches into my air fryer. I cooked them for around 14 minutes total, flipping them halfway in between, and they turned out so delicious. Thank you so much for watching this video. It truly means so much to me. I'm going to post one next week. I will see you then. Bye.